Hello, hello! Welcome back to this channel where I talk about music and travel and some other related things. We're still in lockdown here. Restrictions are easing, but not by much. So I've been thinking about what I want to spend my time doing right now. Potentially preparing for going somewhere else, maybe. I've decided to learn Spanish. I don't know any Spanish. I think I know like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Claire. Probably like one or two bad words and like, ¿Dónde están mis pantalones? I don't know why I know that sentence. I've never had to say it, but now I have on the internet. So there we go. I studied French all through school, and then I majored in it in university because my main major was music, and I wanted to have a little travel element in my studies as well. When I lived in Berlin for a couple months, I studied a little bit of German, but mein Deutsch ist sehr schlecht. Forgive me for that. So I do love studying languages, but my language learning has been pretty much entirely focused on one language, which is French. The great thing about Spanish is that it's a hugely popular language, so learning it opens a lot of potential doors of places I might go to then use said Spanish. I'm really looking forward to documenting this journey and taking you along with me. I started learning French when I was 9 years old, so I don't have a ton of documentation of that process. And with German, I was really studying music at the time, and German was very much on the side, so I didn't get to give it the sort of attention and dedication that I wanted to, because I was also focusing on finishing my French major at the time. I'm going to document my progress. Hopefully I make some, and we'll see if I learn a few more words in Spanish other than ¿Dónde están mis pantalones? Okay, today is Monday, May 10th. And I'm starting Spanish lessons today. I'm so excited. I just booked my first class. I've decided to try out the language platform Lingoda. They have English, Spanish, French, and German, I believe. Obviously, we're focusing on Spanish at the moment, but it's cool to know that if I like them and then I want to continue with, let's say, Deutsch, I can. They basically have just like lessons all the time, and you can sort of pick which ones work for your schedule. It's nice that I can do a 3 p.m. class today like I'm doing, but then tomorrow if I want to do a 10 o'clock at night class or a 6 in the morning class, that'll never happen. But it's an option if I change my entire personality and become a morning person. I already am looking at the like learning outcomes of the class section and I don't know what it says at all. Like when I tell you I don't have any Spanish knowledge, I feel like a lot of people know Spanish, like little pieces here or there. I don't know any Spanish. Like I really don't. So it's gonna be interesting. All right, it is 2:52 p.m., which means I have 8 minutes until my very first Spanish lesson. I'm very excited. These are the class materials that they gave us. I started to look through them, but you know, I don't understand the Spanish that's in them, so didn't make it very far. Hola.
Hola, Claire. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
¿De dónde eres? Where are you from?
Ireland? Well, I live in Ireland, but I'm from the United States. That class was so fun. The teacher was great. It was only me and one other student, so it was very like focused attention. I definitely want to buy like a grammar book and maybe also a vocab book just to sort of like be doing my outside learning as well, because I think these classes are very like, you're in it, let's go, we're speaking Spanish. I think that the mix of sort of like immersion and also me on my own learning how to conjugate verbs would be a good balance. Day 1 is done, and I'll check in on the next day. All right, it is day 2 of me attempting to learn Spanish. I do not have a class today. I decided that because I only get 3 classes a week, it made sense to do every other day. Unfortunately, I had quite a few not Spanish related things that I had to get done today, so I didn't really make much progress on my Spanish learning. But I did have one goal today, which was to find a Spanish workbook. I found that someone had uploaded free PDFs of 2 entire workbook/textbook options. So I will be working with the Ultimate Spanish Verb Review and Practice, 2nd edition, and Hugo in 3 Months Spanish. I have a little bit of time right now. I'm gonna attempt the first exercise in Hugo in 3 Months Spanish. In future days, I want to dedicate at least an hour every day to Spanish, and preferably more on days that I have class, because the class itself is an hour. So I think it would be good if I was practicing on my own a bit each day. We're figuring this out as we go along. It is day 3 of me attempting to learn Spanish. I have a Lingoda class in about an hour and a half, so I figured that it would be a good idea to get me sort of like in the Spanish brain to do some exercises from the Hugo Spanish in 3 months workbook. So what I just did was basically copy down notes of the lesson in the book, which might seem redundant, but I am absolutely like a pen to paper kind of person. I don't even know how often I'm going to look back at these notes, but it's the act of writing it. I'm realizing there's a lot of vocab here, which is great. But what I think I'm going to do is go back to my high school French days and make some flashcards. Spanish class number 2.
Claire, ¿te puedes presentar, por favor? Can you introduce yourself, please?
Me llamo Claire. Soy en Irlanda.
Ajá, soy de Irlanda. Muy bien. Ok, excelente.
I'm having a post-class biscuit. It is funny how tiring just one class is, because I feel very, very engaged the whole time, which is awesome. But then it ends and I'm like, nap time. I feel like I need to be doing a better job of documenting what I actually learn each day. So, using my notes. Hola, me llamo Claire. Soy de Estados Unidos, pero estoy en Irlanda. I still don't really understand the difference between ser and estar, the 2 different verbs for to be, but we're gonna get there. And then I'm gonna look back at this and be like, oh my god, can you believe I didn't know estar from ser? Crazy. Oh, I learned how to say tengo una pregunta. That's important because I have a lot of them. Todo claro. Como se dice en español. I kind of knew that one, but now I will be using it. That's what we have so far. Oh, I wonder if I could say soy escritora de música. Is that Spanish? I'll find out and I'll let you know. But there we go. There's day 3. I learned some things. See you tomorrow. It is just about 9:30 p.m. on day 4 of me learning Spanish, and I didn't film anything today, but I actually did do quite a bit of Spanish. I just worked it in while I had other things going on. So for example, I'm still living with the obsession of trying to get 10,000 steps in every day. And on my walk today, I studied the flashcards that I made yesterday the whole time. And I've made pretty good progress. I was pretty exhausted from non-Spanish related work that I had to do today, so I thought I was just gonna forego doing any workbook exercises, but I changed my mind and I did them. I did some sentence translations. Ooh, exciting. And as you can see by the red pen there, I keep forgetting that you don't use pronouns in Spanish. Like they don't say like what was the first one? Instead of saying they have a house, they say have a house, and it's just implied that it's they based on the form of the verb. I also keep forgetting to put the upside down question marks at the beginning of a question. I'm sure there's a Spanish word for that isn't upside down question mark, but I haven't gotten to that lesson yet. I did, however, get every one of these correct, and I absolutely gave myself an 100%, because we're all about the positive reinforcement. I'm just having way too much fun with this. I'm very curious if in like a week or 2 it starts to feel more draining, but right now it's really fun. Good morning. It is Friday, day 5 of learning Spanish. I just woke up and I did learn the word for tired, but I don't remember it. So I realized that pretty much every morning I watch Netflix while I eat. So maybe instead today we can try Spanish flashcards while I eat. We'll give it a go. I don't know. I'm tired. I need to learn how to say that. Okay, there it is. You know what's weird? As soon as I saw it on the flashcard, I remembered it. I believe. I haven't checked. Tener sueño. Sueño? I don't know about pronunciation, but I think it's because I was thinking tired. and the card has it as sleepy, and sleepy, sueño, tener sueño. Tengo sueño. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah! The class I'm taking today is technically the first class that you're supposed to take, but I accidentally took the classes out of order this week, which is fine. It might be some pretty basic stuff, but this is my first week, so basic makes sense. Hola!
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
Super, gracias. ¿De dónde eres, Claire?
Estoy en Irlanda. That was such a good class. I was kind of thinking that I would not skip it, like skip class, but swap it out for a different class just because I felt weird about the fact that I had done 2 classes already and then this was technically supposed to be your first ever Spanish class. But I'm so glad that I took it because it was so helpful for pronunciation. And also we learned the alphabet, and like that is just so important. There's like five different ways the letter G can be pronounced, or the letter He. I think that's how you say it. I've had 3 different teachers this week and I think they were all from Mexico. They've done a really good job of explaining when either a pronunciation thing or a certain phrase that they're saying is specific to Mexico, or they'll give examples of like in Spain they say it this way, because I'm learning Spanish is very different depending on what country's Spanish you're speaking. Today is Sunday, so that means that it's been nearly a week since I started learning Spanish. I actually wasn't going to schedule a class for today because I get 3 a week, and so I figured it made sense to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday and take the weekends off from classes anyway. But I messed up. I just waited too long to schedule my Monday class and there weren't any available. But luckily there's one today. I didn't do much Spanish work yesterday, but I did a little bit of research and I found some apps that will hopefully be very helpful to me. Duolingo is one that everybody knows. I already had that on my phone. I don't love it. I'll probably try to use it again. I've used it mostly for French and a little bit of German. I'm not super into it. I did download, however, Word Reference, which I think is just like a better dictionary than some other options online. Quizlet I already downloaded the other day for my flashcards. We got Spanish Dict, which is supposed to be like one of the best Spanish dictionary apps out there. I have Reverso and Closemaster, and I've used Closemaster so far last night and this morning just for some random quizzing, and I really like it. The other thing that I found were a couple Spotify playlists that are Spanish lessons. So there's Learn Spanish, 3-minute Spanish lessons, and Learn Spanish in your car. Now, I don't have a car, but I go for a lot of lockdown walks, and I'm thinking that if I have my headphones on, as I always do, and I listen to these lessons instead of music sometimes, I might learn some Spanish that way. So that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. I have to go buy some bread. So I'm gonna go out for a walk and buy some bread and listen to one of the Spanish Spotify playlists. Es siempre fantástico aquí. Siempre fantástico aquí. So I feel ridiculous, but I think I'm learning. I ended up doing about 5 different units with the Spanish in 3 minutes. It's very slow and focused on repetition. Basically all the different things that I'm doing, you couldn't learn Spanish with any one of them. I think the best thing about this though is that it's good for listening and listening slowly. I have realized I haven't actually worn my blue light glasses in a video yet. I don't actually wear glasses, but these are just so that I don't get headaches when I look at screens for a lot of hours of the day, which I do. Anyway, I have about half an hour into my class, so I'm gonna look through some notes and get ready. It's a reading lesson, so I don't really know how that's gonna go. None of the other ones that I've taken so far have been technically in the reading category.
Hola, hola.
Hola.
Claire, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien, perfectamente. ¿De dónde eres, Claire?
Estoy en Irlanda, pero estoy de Estados Unidos. All right, just finished class number 4. I'm feeling good, but my brain is a little like, trying to hold everything in. I've decided that to show you, and frankly, to show myself what I've learned in my 1 week of Spanish classes, 4 classes, and then studying on my own outside of that, I'm gonna have a conversation with myself. This is person number 1 and this is person number 2. Hola, ¿cómo te llamas? Hola, me llamo Maria. ¿Y tú? ¿Cómo te llamas? Me llamo Claire, because why not? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. ¿Y tú? Estoy regular. ¿De dónde eres, María? Soy de Irlanda. ¿Y tú? ¿De dónde eres, Claire? Soy de Estados Unidos. Soy estadounidense? That's not right. Oh, it is. ¿De qué estado? Soy de New York. Or is it Nueva York? See, in French you wouldn't translate it. You'd say je suis de New York. Because if you said je suis de Nouveau York, that sounds really weird. But I think you do in Spanish. Okay, so the dialogue with myself needs a little bit of work. Frankly, it needs another person. So I'm gonna have to find some people to practice Spanish with, I think. There we have it. 1 week of learning Spanish. I have a lot of work left to do. I have learned un poco de español, but I'm really excited to learn more. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little introduction to my Spanish learning adventure. I'm really excited to be sharing it with all of you and, you know, to look back on these videos hopefully sooner rather than later and already be able to say, oh my gosh, I know so much more than I knew then. I would love it if you are a Spanish speaker or if you're learning Spanish, if you could comment below your favorite Spanish word so that I can make a vocab list and have part of my learning be from all of you. Thank you again so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't and stay tuned because my Spanish learning journey is very far from over. Very far. I have a lot to do. Actually, you know what? I have to go study. Talk to you soon.